Do you want to hear about this prophetic dream I had this morning? Stay tuned. It's the 28th of August 2022. And this morning I had a really weird dream. It was like there was a war going on, and people were just in chaos, and it just seemed like things were just going wrong all over the place. And then I found myself in this waterway, this like large concrete waterways, and there was like a little water flowing through it. And I just saw these people throwing their babies into this waterway, and some people were like gently placing their babies there. You could see they were like in pain, and they wasn't happy with the situation, and they were hurting. And whereas you had other people just basically throwing their babies into this waterway, and in my spirit I felt that the people putting their babies in this waterway was almost like them aborting their babies. So it was obviously quite distraught. I was quite distraught with seeing what was going on. And we could see these poor babies in the waterway, some of them just clinging on to their parents, not wanting to let go, and others just crawling and rolling around in the water, just crying and just in so much of pain and hurt. And in my spirit I knew that these babies were all going to die. Then, not knowing what really to do in the situation with all these babies around me in the waterway, I just started praying and running to each one of them and just like laying hands on them. And I felt in my spirit as I was praying for them and laying hands on each of these babies that, they were getting saved. And I just kept on doing that as much as I could. And then eventually found myself going towards a school, almost like going for more help. And the school was also like old and dilapidated and just in ruins because of the war and the chaos that was going on around. And I was like asking for help, and there wasn't many people there, but one or two people did come and help me as well to kind of go and save these babies. And in the distance I saw Sean Feucht. And if anybody knows Sean Feucht, he's a evangelistic worship leader, and he's part of the Let Us Worship team, and he's been doing amazing work across America. And I was also blessed to actually see him here in South Africa about 2 months ago. And he's just lighting up revival all over the States and even here in South Africa. And just recently, and even the song that's playing, he released a song called Imago Dei, which was just really to support the unborn life and speaking about Christ's plan for our life and Christ's creation. And please go follow him, please subscribe, and I'll put some links in my bio as well. And I saw him, and he was speaking to the people and encouraging them and asking them, we need to start standing up for God and standing up against the evil in this world. After that, it seemed as if I went back to the babies to continue to help and save whoever I could. And the next part of the dream is like I was going back to the school again, to look for more help, because I was feeling really drained and worn out from helping all these babies, and I really needed more help. And as I walked closer to the school, it was almost like a brand new school, like a fresh paint, sparkling white, and everything was restored again. And as I saw the school restored to the state, I just fell to the ground, just weeping in joy for what God had done. And I could see Sean and a whole lot of people just working in the school and just getting everything back together again and restored to the way it was. And as I was on the ground just weeping with joy of what I was seeing, Sean came up to me and he said so gently, this is not the time to be on the floor. It's time to get up. We need to push. We're right at the end, and the enemy is defeated, and we need to just push on for the last time. And just in my spirit, I was like so overwhelmed and just filled with joy. And then there was so much of people also helping, and they just started rushing to these babies. And Sean also said, the school's nearly ready for all these kids to come through so that we can look after them, and we can take care of these babies. And that was the end of the dream. So I'm sure I'm going to have to come back with part 2 with some of the revelations of this dream. But I'm so encouraged, I'm so overwhelmed by God's goodness, and I know that he's moving in our nations, and he's coming against abortion. And abortion is just our sort of current times, example of the biblical times where people sacrifice their children to the demonic god Molech, and it might be called abortion these days, but it's really child sacrifice. And that's why you can see, all this upheaval in the world when it comes to abortions, because all these demonic spirits don't want to see abortion being abolished because they know that it's the end of child sacrifice to these demonic gods. So I'm encouraged. I hope you're encouraged by this word and this dream. And, we need to come together as a people, stand against evil, stand against abortion, stand against the work of the enemy, and just look to God and look to His guiding and leading us in everything that we do. And till the next time, remember that Jesus loves you. Bye bye.